we are best of place.
ubasha kubatandukanya neza.
nari nariyakiriye.
I had already given up and convinced myself that I would never have babies and that children were not meant to be mine.
Gusama ntabwo byantunguye kuko n'ikindi gihe hari igihe byabagaho nyine byabaye inshuro eshanu
zose indi ikavamo.
Yego numvaga ko nayo izavamo.
In life, we face difficult situations and lose hope. And then we try to figure out the meaning of it all, but we still don't get it.
Kuko mbere zabaga marina ntoya ni nabwo nari mbashije kugira amahirwe yo gutwita n'inda igakura.
It is good how we are always advised to enjoy our lives in which we mostly expect satisfaction. But life is always complicated and can become miserable most of the time.
Yego ku ruhande bamwe bakavuga yuko uriya mugore nyine ntabyara, uriya mugore hariho n'abavuga ko nta mati isingira.
15 years ago, Mary got married, and as usual, the first thing on her mind was to bear the fruits of love, to bear babies. Of course she likes babies, but babies were not her blessing. Also she thought.
Nitwa Wiragiye Marie Chantal.
My name is Mary, and I have been married for 15 years with no hope of having a child. I married a man, but we didn't get a chance to have any children for the past 15 years we lived together. It was a tough journey for me, especially since my husband sometimes wanted to give up on me until a miracle happened in my life. This woman experienced unbearable pain that words can't explain. Life got bitter to the extent that she thought of committing suicide. But today, she's no longer crying as she has given birth to quadruplets. The first year of marriage was typical for her. 2 years later, she still thought it was normal. But her neighbors and some family members had already started to badmouth her and ask her why she doesn't have children yet. It was a tricky question she didn't have an answer for, especially since it had been eating her inside. Luckily, her husband had kept his promise to stay with her through thick and thin. However, his patience was tested to the limits primarily because of the rumors circulating in his village. As a result, her relationship with her husband got a bit strained, and it started to feel like a wall between them as the man's patience was seriously taxed. Still, the family kept trying hard to hold them together as they visited the doctors to seek medical help. Initially, Mary could conceive, but she couldn't give birth since most of her pregnancies resulted in miscarriage. She had tried 5 times without success. So, they always had to seek medical attention. And finally, after 15 years of trying, Mary was informed that she was pregnant with not only 1 child, but 4 children.
Habayeho kwivuza nyine.
I tried to find medical solutions, but getting to the doctor was a long and difficult journey. We were struggling to afford the medical attention we needed. However, we kept trying and I got pregnant when I wasn't expecting it. I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't fully fantasize about it myself. During my 15 years of trying to get a baby, I had gotten pregnant before but had miscarriages. I was so afraid that this pregnancy might not be successful as people would come to see if I was truly pregnant. Even I myself only accepted that I have children after delivering them. Otherwise, I thought I would miscarry as it happened during my previous pregnancies. I was so happy during my pregnancy because I was ready if anything went wrong. but I believed in God. Neighbors and family members would gossip about me. It was a very tough, long journey, but I perceived everything and persisted through it all. Finally, by 25th December 2022, God answered my prayers and gave me quadruplets. When Mary gave birth to her quadruplets, she never worried about any other thing. Her only concern was holding babies in her arms. She was extremely happy and rejoiced with her family and friends, who all had been waiting for this miracle moment to come to her.
Nari mfite ibyishimo birenze.
When I finally held healthy babies, I was extremely happy. Families celebrated and everybody was surprised. It was an incredible, joyful moment. You can imagine how I had given up throughout all these years. I felt like I no longer had a chance to give birth and that my time had passed. I had reached a point where I no longer thought about it, but I was also surprised in the same way other people were surprised. However, her happiness quickly flew away because Mary immediately struggled to find the financial abilities to raise her 4 babies. Her financial situation was already worse because of the expenses she had endured during all 15 years of constant medical bills while trying to examine the problems that prevented her from giving birth.
Numvaga nyine ari nk'igitangaza nsaba Imana.
Unexpectedly, doctors told me I had 4 children in my womb. I couldn't believe it because I wanted babies so much. So I never worried about it because all I wanted for a very long time struggling was to have a baby. However, I was not sure my pregnancy would be successful. So it was a miracle to finally give birth to 4 children. I never thought about the difficulties of raising 4 children at once. Instead, I only asked God to do me a favor and allow me to bear all 4 children because I had spent a very long time without children. It is not that easy to have one child. So imagine having 4 children at once. In addition to the fact that I spent a long time seeking medical attention, our financial capabilities have shrunk considerably. Yes, we celebrated our babies, but our main problem now is that we lack financial means to raise them properly. With 4 babies to take care of, Mary is too occupied to go to work as she used to. She has to stay with her children because they need constant attention and time, which leaves her minimal means to take care of herself and her children. As a result, her children are suffering the consequences.
Kubonsa nkabahaza ntago bikunda.
To breastfeed them is quite a big challenge. I struggle to produce enough breast milk, and they are surviving on cow milk, which is even so difficult for me to afford because of the financial problems that I'm going through. What worries me the most is that I don't even have enough milk to feed them. We spent money trying to get medical help for my sickness, and now we are out of money. We barely survive by people who are very kind to us and help with something. I am humbly asking everyone capable of helping us to help because we really need support. You can help Mary through the Giving Life link in the story's description and the top comment.
Kubona amata y'abana ni ikibazo. Nkaba nasabaga umuntu waba ufite umutima w'urukundo, waba hari uko yaba ameze cyangwa se Imana hari uko yamushoboje kuba yagira ubufasha yaduha mu gihe yaba abufite.
Thanks for watching. This is Afrimax English. Please remember to subscribe.